In the heart of Edo, Nigeria, where the sun blazed golden across red earth and the trees whispered stories to those who dared to listen, there stood an ancient Iroko tree at the edge of a forgotten village. No one went near it. The elders said the tree was older than time and that spirits danced in its shadow during the full moon. But one curious boy, named F, had always been drawn to the tree. F was 12 years old, barefoot, sharp-eyed, and restless. He was the kind of boy who asked too many questions and wandered too far. The villagers often scolded him, and his mother warned, F, some trees are not for boys like you to touch. Leave the Iroko alone. But on the morning of the Harmattan winds, F went farther than he'd ever gone before. He chased a bird with glowing red feathers until it flew into the clearing where the Iroko stood tall, silent, and watching. There, at the base of its twisted roots, half buried in dust, was something glinting in the sun. F's heart thumped. He knelt down and dug gently. His fingers closed around a ring old, rusted with green edges, but warm to the touch. The ring had carvings that looked like symbols he'd never seen, and as he turned it in his hand, the wind stopped. The trees went silent. Suddenly, he heard a deep voice whisper, "Return it, or be changed." F spun around, but no one was there. He slipped the ring into his pocket and ran. That night, as F lay in bed, he couldn't sleep. The ring pulsed like it was alive. His dreams were filled with fire, ancient kings, and a woman with eyes made of light who whispered, "The ring is a key, not a treasure." The next morning, strange things began to happen. Wherever F walked, animals turned their heads. When he touched water, it shimmered gold for a second. He could hear voices in the trees, soft, mournful songs in languages no one spoke anymore. His mother noticed too. "F," she said, "what did you touch?" F confessed. He told her about the Iroko tree and the ring. Her face went pale. That ring belonged to Oba Oro, the first king of the forest people. He ruled before there were houses, when the animals still spoke. The ring was sealed under the Iroko to keep balance between the spirit and living world. If you took it. Before she could finish, the earth shook. That night, the sky split open. Thunder rolled without rain, and from the forest came creatures long thought extinct: shadow leopards, glowing deer, and giant birds of bone and fire. The boundary between worlds had cracked. F knew what he had to do. With his mother's blessing and a cloth of protection from the village priestess, he returned to the Iroko tree. But the path was no longer simple. The forest had changed. It whispered lies, tried to trap him in circles, made trees move to block his way. But F held on. The ring grew hot in his pocket, guiding him. When he reached the tree, he found the same red-feathered bird waiting. "Place the ring where you found it," the bird said, but its voice was not its own, it was the voice of the woman from his dreams. F bent down, dug a hole at the root of the Iroko, and placed the ring inside. The moment it touched the earth, light burst from the tree, rising like smoke into the sky. The thunder stopped. The animals returned to their hiding. The world stitched itself back together. The next day, the village woke to a calmer world. The wind smelled sweeter. The elders gathered, and the priestess spoke. Balance has been restored. But let this remind us, curiosity must walk beside respect. F became known as the boy who faced the spirits. He never returned to the Iroko again, but sometimes, when the moon was full, he would hear that red bird sing far off in the forest, reminding him that some doors are meant to stay closed, and some boys are born to open them. Moral: sometimes, the smallest hands hold the greatest keys, but not all keys are meant to be turned.